This is episode 2 of the AJS Model 18. I've done something kind of interesting. I put it's called a cheater sprocket, or an overlay sprocket on the back. Let's see if I can bring that up. It's in the back wheel, the back sprocket. That's about as good as I can get. Anyway, what it does is it moves it from a 42-tooth rear sprocket to a 55-tooth, slowing the bike down considerably. You need a lot more torque in the bottom end and things like that. Makes it a lot more manageable in the dirt. I took it out in the backyard, which is a pretty big backyard, and I tested it and drove it around, and it's really slick. Considerably different than its usual way. It's not as fast and not as peaky, but for no particular reason, I'm going to go out and see if it'll start for me. Just to test the theory. That's about it. The motor runs pretty well. Does everything you needed for it to do. 55-tooth sprocket slows it down. I couldn't possibly have made those figure 8s in the driveway with the standard street sprocket. So it's pretty manageable. I think it's a major improvement, unless you plan to put it on the street. Anyway, that's the end of my little display here. I thought I would give you guys a close-up, do a little close-up on the sprocket, and maybe this is useful, I don't know, hard to say. See how the chain, or the sprocket now, is so much larger. And you can see how it sits, the aluminum part sits on the steel, and that's called the overlay sprocket. That's kind of oily right now because I've been riding it around in the yard and didn't bother to clean it up. I'll kind of back off a little bit. Hard to know if you can see this. It's a Smith's chronometric speedometer. It actually works, and it works better than any one I've ever ridden before. It's awfully smooth. It doesn't have so much of that jerky chronometric effect, but it is somewhat jerky. You can see it, but not real bad. I don't know if my seat is a Bates. I've actually had it off and looked underneath it. Sticker says Bates. Brown leather is actually leather, not Naugahyde. Fender, who knows what it's from, but it's more for looks than function. Wouldn't keep mud off you very long. And front fender, something you probably can't see. I don't know if it'll show up in this picture or not. It's kind of ripply. It's not a perfect fender, but it's way good for a dirt bike. I think I'll walk around and may have to cut this part out. I'm looking right into the sun, and it's probably not going to hold up too well. Anyway, who knows? There's a good shot of the bike from the other side, and that overlay sprocket. See how it uses four bolts to interface with the steel sprocket, and there's holes in the aluminum sprocket so that they match together. There's that open megaphone that makes the damn much noise. I have a super trap for it. I don't know if it'll fit. I know that it'll fit the pipe. I don't know if it'll fit the frame. Anyway, that's about it. That's the I guess the end of my review here.